Secrets of running a six-figure Airbnb business. Are you ready to have a business that's fairly easy to run, where you make people happy by finding them and providing them great places to stay at a great price, and you can make a ton of money in the process? Well, if this sounds like you, then this is the video for you. Let's go. I'm going to share with you all of my secrets on how we get our Airbnb business profitable in a very short amount of time. I'm going to tell you how we make more money on our properties than most people do and how you can do the exact same things that we're doing. And I'm going to give you my dirty little secret to getting 5-star ratings and keeping your occupancy at nearly 100%. So if you do not already know this, I will tell you really quickly that Airbnb is a website that has allowed people to put their properties on their site. They will have tons of people visiting that site, and they let you list your properties there for free. So Airbnb kind of started many years ago with people in San Francisco trying to make a little bit of money on their property because the rental was really expensive, okay? Their rent was very expensive, and so they decided to rent a portion of their apartment out to an air mattress, put an air mattress in there and allow people to stay with them and make money. Well, the website has grown incredibly, and now regular people just like you and me can have a property, put it on Airbnb for free and charge a nightly rate. You can do the entire apartment, you can do the entire house, or you can do just a bedroom or even just an area of the place, okay? You literally do not even have to rent the entire place on Airbnb. You can rent the same way, a mattress, a room, a couch. There's actually not very many rules. And so the great thing about it though is many people like me have made this into an entire business. So yes, if you're just looking for a little bit of extra cash, you can take your property, you can take a room in your property, you can put it on Airbnb, charge a nightly rate, you can set this up for free and start making money. Or you can do what I'm going to teach you to do in this training here and make this into an entire business where you make 6 figures minimum, okay? And I'm talking about minimum, not with a lot of properties and not with a lot of work. So let's get to that part. So let me quickly tell you about my story and how I got into Airbnb and how much money I make doing it. I literally was a working person. I had a job in corporate America. I worked every day, and then I had rental properties on the side. Long story short, I was able to quit my 6-figure job and have my freedom with my rental properties. I had acquired more than 40 properties. I quit my 6-figure job. I was with my kids and living a great life, enjoying what I do, real estate. So then I started teaching it to other people, kind of informally. I had a little class and I would teach people. And along comes one of my students that changed my life forever and is going to change yours as well. He taught me, this young kid taught me and introduced me into Airbnb. He had me invest just a little bit of money so that he can get 5 apartments, okay? He told me he could make 2 to 3 times what I was making on my rental properties. I just needed to invest a little bit of money so that he can actually rent some studios and some 1-bedroom apartments. And he was going to take those properties, furnish them, and put them on this site called Airbnb. And we were going to make, again, 2 to 3 times what I was making on my rental properties. I invested with him because he was my student and he was a smart guy, but I'll be very honest with you. I was super skeptical. I did not think that we could make that much money on these properties. Luckily for me, I was wrong. We started making, in just a matter of months, he has these 5 apartments and he's making profits of $1,000 to $1,500 per unit, okay? So you do the math to that, per unit. He has 5, we have 5 of them. We're making $1,000 to $1,500 per unit, and we did not own any of the properties. We literally were able to rent properties in the business's name and make our money this way, with the permission, of course, of the landlord. And so we turned this business into an incredible thing. I started actually taking some of the properties that I had and put them on Airbnb, because I realized instead of my rental properties being paid on a monthly basis and me renting them unfurnished to tenants that stayed there for a year or 2 years, it was way more profitable to rent these properties out at like $140 per night. That's the average. You can look this up. $140 per night even with a 70% occupancy. That means 3 out of the 4 weeks being booked, okay? And this is when we first got started. This young kid, he was still learning. We would have maybe just 3 out of the 4 weeks booked. And I think that's still the average on Airbnb. Again, I will tell you how we can get that to a higher number. I've learned a lot more things. But when we first started, we were making that type of money and it was super easy to do. And now I've been able to teach that to other people, how you can have this business without owning any properties, furnishing them at a great price, making them look really nice, and then making a nice monthly income off of these properties that you do not even own. So the way that we improved, okay, like I said, this young kid got me into it. This was a few years ago. I have now scaled my business, transformed some of my long-term properties into short-term rental properties, and our income is now in the millions, okay? And I have students that are doing this and getting started with 6-figure businesses just by following the same model. So some of the things that we did to improve upon the model that I had, like I said, it was about $1,000 to $1,500 profit, okay? Profit, this is after all the bills were paid, profit. And now I've turned that to even more. One of the things that we do, we know how to furnish properties at a cheaper price now. We know what to put in them and what not to put in them. I've literally made videos showing you and telling you how to get your properties furnished at a great price. We also now know how to price our properties to maximize, to make the most money off of them. I know how to price them so that we get more money on the weekends. I know where we should be getting Airbnbs, where not to get them, and things like that. Additionally, we are able to get our occupancy rates to almost 100% just by doing a few things with the photos that we take, the way that we check people in, and the last but not least, the pictures that we put on Airbnb. We literally now have most of our properties, even during times when people were losing money and thinking Airbnb, they should just get rid of all of their properties, we were still making money with ours. We sanitized them in the right way. We started changing our listings. We know exactly what to do to start making money. So once you get those first couple of properties going, again, we have apartment complexes that we're able to get properties in and they give us free rent. We have some that, are giving us all kinds of concessions, free rent, free parking spaces, helping us with the furniture, like tons of deals out there if you do this professionally as a business. But that's gonna be the big difference, okay? I know in step 1, when I started telling you about Airbnb, I said that you can just, have a property and put it up there. Or you can become an Airbnb entrepreneur. You make an entire business. You actually get a business license, get an EIN number, get the LLC, get the S Corp, whatever business structure that you want to get a professional phone number, get a logo. All of those things will increase your monthly rate. And this is how we are making so much money with our properties and the true secret to having a 6-figure Airbnb business. I have created an entire course that just teaches very specifically on how to do this model that I'm talking about. And I have a coupon for you where you can get the course, everything with my scripts, with my contracts, with the leases, with the scripts and things that you say, how to set your properties, how to price them, how to have an entire B&B business. The course is called BNB Riches. You go to bnbriches.com, use the code SAVE50, SAVE50, and that will take 50% off the price. I've made this super affordable. I wanted to make as many people as successful in this business. It's a great opportunity. You can make a lot of money doing it, and you don't have to spend a lot to get the full training that you need. This is Noelle, to your success.